a senior leadership team, I think we sat down and we looked at the challenges that we've got ahead as far as a NHS organisation and the general challenges of the NHS. I think one thing that we realised is that we needed to make sure that our managers were fit for purpose moving forward against those challenges. So I think Fit for the Future was a mechanism for doing that.
Fit for the Future, in a way, it does what it says on the tin. It's helped us to look at the leadership community that we've got in the Trust and say, do we all collectively understand what the future holds? What are the challenges? There's so much change coming in the NHS and the wider public sector. Are we ready for it? Are we fit? Are we clear who our leaders are and what our responsibilities are? And as part of the steering group that's helped put the programme together and having taken part in the programme, I think it was really clear what we were trying to achieve.
It's basically around improving quality of care and performance within the organisation. It's very structured, everybody's had the same information, and it's worked as a group, not just in terms of each division. So it's given us a bit more of a corporate view of how we want to move things forward.
So it's looking at things like business skills, like skills for doing tenders and so forth, and finance, but it's also looking at the softer skills for being able to lead a team through change.
I think the other area of Fit for the Future is about managers sharing experiences and being able to share good practice.
I found Fit for the Future to be very eye-opening and very rewarding. Being sat in a room with many different staff from different teams across the Trust, I felt it highlighted the challenges not only that my team faced, but also made you realise just what other teams were facing as well.
The most important thing I got out of it was clear communication. One thing we need to be better at as leaders is give clear communication.
I think for me, what I got out of it was for us all to hear the same message, to listen to the strategic objectives of the organisation, and that's really important because that's how you build stronger organisations, and it gave me time to look at my leadership skills.
What's been useful in Fit for the Future is the way it's been delivered, so a presentation style mixed with group work. So theory's been presented based on the literature and management and leadership theory, but then managers have had the opportunity to work in small groups and apply the theory to direct work problems. So I found that really useful.
I found Fit for the Future helped me to really reflect back on what I'd learnt previously and just think about change and how people react to change, how people manage change themselves and how I manage change.
I found it very useful to network with other managers, particularly different areas. I found it very surprising how much we had in common. I was put with somebody from the IT department who I didn't think I'd have anything in common, but actually when we started talking about staffing issues, it was actually very similar issues to I had, and some of the solutions were the same as well, which I found useful. So I found that very useful. I thought it was very useful to have a day out of the work environment to actually, discuss things and talk through problems. And I found overall that it was very useful to share the Trust's objectives really, and what we were all aiming for, and that was very incorporated into the course.
I found the modules and the lecture people very informative, very enjoyable, and what I got out of it was hearing different people's experiences, meeting people that I've not met in Ardash.
From my personal perspective, as a board member, I think it gave us the opportunity to talk to staff that are working on the frontline services. It gave us the opportunity to understand what their issues were and what their challenges were. And I think from the other side of the coin, it also gave us the opportunity to give the messages from the senior leadership team that we were supportive and possibly get rid of some of the urban legends that were out there around the SLT and around the senior team and what messages they were giving.
And what's been really helpful is finding difficult problems that each manager has brought to the table, and having a range of managers from different areas of the Trust with different levels of experience to thrash out key problems. And that's been really excellent. And I've taken away some really useful action plans from some of those collaborative situations that I've then put in place at work.
Personally, I think I got to look at how my staff see me, really. Something that really stuck in my head was be an inspirational leader, not just a manager. And that's really stuck in my head since then.
My ideas about team working have changed, whereby I feel that the engagement is really important at all levels. And though I tried to engage people previously as well, but I think that perhaps lacked a little bit of personal touch. It was more through the emails or phone calls. So I think I'm kind of more interactive with the group of people I manage. So that's something which has changed my practice. And equally, I know that if there is a problem which I'm finding hard to deal with, I have a group of people to take it back to and share the common wisdom.
In terms of engaging with patients and gathering feedback from patients, which we've expanded, and probably we wouldn't necessarily have done that had I not brought that back from Fit for the Future.
And there's been a need for a lot of change, innovation, new ways of working, and Fit for the Future has given myself and my team a chance to reflect on the impact of that and to look at how we're going to cope with that both now and in the future. So it's been about building resilience.
I think more about how I don't have to do everything, that I need to help others become leaders, to empower them more. And I also think more about where we're heading and the work that we've been doing in the Trust as well on the 2 to 5 year operational and strategic plans about what we need to achieve is the context that we need to lead within. So it's important that we're thinking about where we're going as well as how we do it.